Let's get it, y'all. A little review from yesterday. Yesterday was a good day. 3-0. Focused on the Warriors game. Both of the superstars came through. Focused on the superstar from Phoenix, Durant. He came through. So 3-0. Let's keep it going today. First play I'm looking at today is coming from the Dallas versus Sacramento game. It's in Dallas. This is a must win beyond anything for Dallas. They still have a chance because OKC lost last night. Slight chance, but they still have a chance. And we're looking at Luka. His line is 32.5 points. Let's look a little bit closer at Luka. They set the line high, but that's because they think Luka's going to go off, and I think it's going to go off too. He's only went over this 40% of the time in his last 10 games. His last 30 games, he's went over this line 50%. So you know he's capable of going over 32.5, and he was doing that quite a bit earlier in the season. The defense favors him. Green is good for Luka. Against Sacramento in one game, he had 27. But Luka's going to have to go off tonight. Kyrie's going to have to go off tonight. They're going to have to outscore Sacramento. I think this will be a close game. Maybe you see an overtime game. I'm leaning toward the over for Luka. Do some more research. Dallas is favored by 6. It's just a must win for Dallas tonight. So Luka's someone I'm looking at tonight to get into my plays. Next player I'm looking at is going to be from the Clippers versus Lakers game. Another very, very important game. And we're going to look at Kawhi Leonard. His spread for points on the night, his line is 27.5. Only a projection of 19. Let's look at this a little bit closely. He's only went over this 40% of the time this year. He's been playing very well. As you can see, he's had 40, 12, 22, 12. Against the Lakers, 25 and 14. Let's look at this. 25 and 14. So his last game against the Lakers on 124. He went over the line of he hasn't went over on any game. The line is 27.5. I'm sorry, I looked at that wrong. Lakers are on a back-to-back. We got to take that in consideration. Not sure if Anthony Davis is playing. From what I'm seeing, they think he's going to play because it's a very important game for the Lakers. LeBron looks like he's going to play. D'Angelo Russell, also questionable, but it looks like he's going to play. So Kawhi's on 3 days rest. He's only went over 27.5 one time when he's had 3 days rest. But again, this is a very important game. This is going to be like a playoff game. No Paul George. He's their scorer. What does he do? As I said, in the last 10, he's went over this mark 4 out of his last 10. His last game at New Orleans, he went over. His last game prior to that at Memphis, he only had 12. In home versus Chicago and in home versus New Orleans, he had 22 and 12. And he's basically, looks like, pretty heavy favorite to go under here. So again, Clippers are favored by 3.5. Take everything in consideration. Maybe a little bit too high for the over. He hasn't been consistent with that, but this is going to be a special game. The next player I'm looking at is coming from that game also, and we're going to look at Anthony Davis. Could be playing his first back-to-back all year long. His line is 27.5. Last night he had 21 in an overtime game where he played 42 minutes. He's definitely not used to playing those kind of minutes. Prior to that game, you can see he had 3 games where he went over 27.5. Can't reiterate enough, this is a must-win for the Lakers. Versus the Clippers this year, he scored 25 and 21 in 31 and 36 minutes. Just remember, he did play 45 minutes last night. I know that. Every other bettor know that. And the Lakers know that. They may not play him too hard tonight. They may cut his minutes back a little bit. We'll see. This is a back-to-back, his first one all year. So, his first one all year. So, not sure about the over on this one for Mr. Anthony Davis tonight. The last player I'm looking at is coming from the Memphis versus New Orleans Pelicans game. We're looking at Desmond Bane, points of 22.5. I think he had 30 last night. Spread for the over is -118, for the under -104. He got a projection of 24.01 points for the night. Let's look at Bane a little closer. They played Portland last night in home. He had 30 points. He's went over 22.5, 50% of the time in his last 10. Against New Orleans, one game this year that he played in, he had 18 in that game. Assuming all starters are starting, New Orleans is not bad defensively. Does he have a letdown off the 30 points? Yes, he does. Does he take it down all the way under 23 points? Not sure. He's playing well. He's been playing well all year. Let's look at his last 30. He's eclipsed this mark 43% of the time. Again, last 10, 50% of the time. I think Moran is playing. Like I said, we need to do a little bit more research, but he's someone I'm looking at. I'm looking at his under on this one. Under the 22.5. Maybe his over's in play also. We need to look at it a little bit more. New Orleans is favored by 6 in home. So those are 4 players that I'm looking at tonight. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. All those things would be greatly appreciated. You can get my premium picks over on Patreon. We did go 3-0 last night. Hopefully we'll go whatever and 0 tonight. I'm not sure how many players we want to put out there yet. That information is down in the description, and it's also running across the screen. Until the next video, peace.